Hello, and welcome to this guide on how to beat the Warcraft 3 campaign. Today, we are in the Prologue campaign, Exodus of the Horde, and we'll be tackling the very first mission, Chapter 1, Chasing Visions. A pretty boring mission, to be honest. It's actually going to take us, well, I can speedrun this in, what was it, 1 minute 43 seconds is my record for this, which I think is actually tied for the world record. So here we find ourselves in a tutorial mission. We're just going to box select Thrall, and you basically run him through these banners, these waypoints. A narrator is going to talk over me in a really annoying way here in a second. And if you're new to the game, I suggest that you go through and listen one by one to all of his instructions, but I won't be doing that because I just don't need to. As we run up here, we'll get some more grunts. They'll come out of the barracks, sort of trying to teach us that units come from the barracks. And we'll just keep moving. Get up here to our first fight scene. Gonna get a surround on him. Just a good habit to get into is surrounding things before you attack them, mostly for multiplayer. Something that helps me a lot is putting my army on the 1 hotkey and my hero on 2. So all of my units are selected with 1, but the hero himself is also able to move independently. It just makes it easier to micro the army. There we go. Once these 3 gnolls are dead, we will move on. If you're playing the classic campaign, that will be a lot easier for you. In fact, if you're playing the classic campaign, you actually don't even have to kill those. You could just run all the way through, and that's how you speedrun this level, but we are on Reforged, and so we actually have to kill them to move on, because there's a barricade here until you kill them, an invulnerable barricade even. So we're just going to make our way through this river. Thrall will pick up the mana potion. We want to save that as long as we can for future missions. Items you don't use carry over to the next mission, and your hero's status, you could call it, carries over as well. So Thrall will carry over at level 2 right now with a mana potion, which will be really helpful on a particular mission we're kind of saving a lot of our items for, but we'll get to that later. We'll leave our grunts there so that they trigger night. This is to teach us the sleep mechanic, where mobs sleep at night. Thrall can run behind this tree line right here to grab a health potion, which again will come in handy later, specifically in the dungeon level. You can kill the ogre if you want. He's really easy to kill. He doesn't drop anything. But there is something that drops items in this up here, also teaching us part of the sleep mechanic. So units at night will sleep, and they won't attack you, and you can just run right by them like we just did. But some units can't sleep, like golems. Golems don't sleep at night, elementals also don't sleep at night. And since these units don't carry over to the next mission, and I know for a fact we don't have to fight anything in this mission, there's no reason for us not to kill these golems, and there is a reason for us to kill this one in particular. There's another golem up here. He doesn't drop anything. This one is going to give us a new item type that we haven't seen yet in the tutorial, a Ring of Protection 1. Increases our armor by 1, which with only 4 armor to start off with, it's pretty good. Again, also carries over to every mission beyond this in the Prologue campaign. And now we're just going to run up to the final objective here. We'll run through that flag, and that is mission over. That's mission over while clearing... Oh, I'm sorry, we didn't clear all the side areas. There is a troll camp up here, and this troll camp will give us a tome, which is cool. Tomes are like items, but they're permanent buffs to your stats, so it doesn't take up an item space, and it's going to give us... I believe this is a manual of health that drops off this forest troll. So our hero will have more health in the future missions. He has 550 right now, so we'll see what he goes up to when... Whoop! Lost a unit. That's okay, like I said, there's nothing else we can even fight after this forest troll dies. We don't need to fight anything, so we went from 550 to 600 health on Thrall, and again, that's permanent, so Thrall just has an extra 50 max health now for the rest of the campaign. And any kind of bonus we want, especially in the earlier missions. And that's it. Go meet our boy Medivh up here, and he is going to end the mission in a cutscene that we will not watch, because that's not the point of these videos. That was a guide for the first mission of the Prologue campaign. That was Chapter 1, Chasing Visions. If you want to see the future ones, make sure you subscribe or bookmark the page or whatever, just come back later. They all should be up pretty soon after Chapter 1. This is a pretty quick campaign. As always, my goal with these guides is not to show you how to speedrun it. I am going to make speedrun guides in the future, but I want to show you people how to play the missions the way they're meant to be played. I feel all too often when you look up guides for campaigns, especially in RTS games, it tells you all these glitches and tricks and everything to kind of cheat your way through the mission as fast as possible. I don't think that's what it should be about, so I want to make guides that show you the way they're supposed to be played, and yeah, I think this was a good example of that. Chapter 2 Departures is a very fun mission, and also might be my personal favorite mission in Warcraft 3, but we'll of course get into that next time. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, I'll see all you beautiful people next time.